Hey guys, good evening. مساء الخير. أنت بخير؟ كل شيء بخير. وأنا نبي البيت. هذه رموسة صوتي، هذا هو حركة مرور جينكس 1B7075. So karibuni guys, welcome. أهلا وسهلا. Bienvenido. So this is a Motorola engine, Motorola. So this is the Genx. You can see there one Bravo 7075. So it's two options here. We got 70,000 pounds and 75,000 pounds. So you can see the case, you can see the blending, you can see the corrugations, and then you can see the hot exhaust and the cone, the bypass duct. So this is your intake. So this is where the air comes in, and then it meets the prop fan. Well, this is the front fan. It's huge. We're looking at composite. So it doesn't really rotate that fast, but scoops a lot of air and controls pressure. So the low pressure here, purpose is to scoop air from the inlet and increase the pressure suitable for the high pressure. So we have the low pressure, then we have the high pressure, then we have a diffuser. So diffuser is literally to convert kinetic energy into pressure. When we get pressure and energy, also the temperature goes up. So that means the air is pretty hot. And then that hot air inside this combustion annula here is going to be mixed with fuel, and a lot of fuel. And the fuel burns, and that hot gas effluxes, emitted rearward, moves rearward through these turbines. So one set is the high pressure and 3 stages for the low pressure. So remember, the high pressure turbine controls fuel. So that's a function of fuel. And this 3 controls the low pressure compressor, which is a function of thrust. So you got thrust versus fuel flow. The larger the aircraft, you're going to see more, or let me say the larger the engine. If you look at aircraft like Boeing 737s, E190s, you're probably going to have 1 and 2, but these guys got 1 and 3. And then you can see this is the bypass duct. So the cold stream will pass through there. You see the cold air. So 80% of incoming air will be ducted. So this is the bypass. And then 20% will go through the core. The core is the main part. And the hot gases will be ejected. And you can see that cone is supposed to provide an expansion. That expansion is to increase the pressure. So we're kind of trying to increase or balance the pressure and velocity to sonic. So sonic is where you're going to have the best balance of pressure thrust to velocity thrust. We need those two. And then here we have the bypass. So the bypass is cooler when it meets with the hot gases here. When they mix, they cool down, and that cooling actually reduces noise. That's why these guys are very efficient. Even the noise emission is much lower. The number of decibels here, you can't really compare with a similar engine, which is a turbojet. So anyway, guys, let's appreciate the GENX1 Bravo 7075. Maybe you can tell me which aircraft use this type of engines. So anyway, guys, adios, ma salama, buenas noches.